Hey, you. I have a treat for you. I had the privilege of sitting down with Da'Laine Simpson. He is the founder of Bro2Go. But before that, he was in prison, y'all. And in the same year, he lost his mother. And you know what? He continued to fight for purpose and for impact. I need you to stay tuned because he has a great story of triumph and overcoming. I promise you, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Listen in, y'all. This is good. I can't believe I have Da'Laine Simpson in my seat. Yes. You were trying to dodge me.
No.
You were trying to dodge
No, I was coming. No. Because there's no dodging for me.
No.
It's either a yay or a nay.
I know that's right.
That's it.
I know that's what I love about you. You're just so
Yeah, there's no in between.
No in between, no shades of gray.
Nope.
Yeah, I love that.
This is what you get.
I love that. So Da'Laine Simpson. Yeah, so I'm excited to have you in the chair only because I think you're such a dynamic person.
Thanks.
And the people that I have conversations with are dynamic, right? And they truly have a story to tell, and you're not even done living.
No.
Because you're a baby.
I just started.
You just started.
I started.
Yeah, you did. You did. So I would love for you to share your story with our community because I think that you have a lot to offer. Yeah. Okay. So let's start from the beginning.
Well, again, I am Da'Laine Simpson.
Yes.
What is Da'Laine Simpson?
Yeah, what is?
Is a question I've asked myself for the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So people's like, oh, you're a community leader. I'm a federal employee. Mm-hmm. I'm a union president, local.
Yeah.
For New Cumberland Army Depot.
Everywhere. When I see you where is Da'Laine on social media?
Well, and I just won my second election last week.
Did you
as
really?
union president? I ran unopposed.
Really?
Ran unopposed. I also am a national council president for DLA, which stands for Defense Logistics Agency, for 23 DLA sites.
Wow.
And then...
Wait, but how old are you?
I'm 36.
See?
Last month, turned 36.
See?
36.
You did all that.
But where I'm at now,
yes,
I would have never seen myself.
Ooh.
Never would have seen myself.
Okay, so tell us more.
Never would have seen myself. So, one, starting for the federal government at 18, I was a mama's boy. I lived at home still. Yeah. But I was still trying to figure out who I was. Who am I?
And that's not uncommon.
It's very.
When you're young.
But it's trying to put in all these different things, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to put in church because I'm a minister. Mm. And I'm also trying to put in my sexuality because at that time I wasn't even openly gay. And now
You're a minister. Okay, so what denomination? Church?
Baptist.
Okay, Baptist denomination.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you were struggling with?
Yeah, with my own. I wasn't struggling with my sexuality. I was struggling with how to be comfortable and being accepted and saying, wow, will I be accepted?
Yeah.
Because even, you're saying, 17 years ago, where we're at in today's world is not where we were at then.
Right.
It's not. Right. Gay marriage wasn't even legal.
No.
So we've come so far, but struggling and trying to find out who I am. And 18, I was spoiled, lived at home with my mom. I was everything. People was like, oh, if my mom was still alive, they're like, will you still be at home with your mom? I'm like, yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I believe that life is intentional and what happens. Not saying that I wanted my mom to die, because that's whoever wants that.
Right.
But if that part of life didn't happen, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people say, oh, no, you wouldn't. No, I wouldn't be. Because I was spoiled. I know I was. Yeah. There would have been nothing to push me, the responsibility piece. I had tickets, traffic tickets left and right.
Yeah.
And it took my last time to go to court and see Judge Lindsay. And wow. I've been dealing with Judge Lindsay since I was a kid. With even more, I'm serious, with even just, truancy, going to school.
Yeah.
But this last time I saw him, I never forget, I'm in the booking center for Dauphin County, and he's literally looking down. When they say he was the judge, I'm like, oh, he's been my judge.
Yeah.
So I've been like,
this is it.
ducking and dodging. I know I got warrants. I know I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, literally the deal, okay? They tell you to stop driving, like, you don't got a license. I got keys. That's how I felt. It literally, that is how I felt. But it took the last time for me to go in front of him, and he told me, you have 7 consecutive driving without a license. I'm done talking to you. You will serve 90 days in Dauphin County Prison.
You went to jail?
I went to jail.
I want to take 2 seconds to share with you that this particular episode is brought to you by Rob Shaw and Allstate Insurance. If you're looking for someone to give you insurance, whether it's home insurance, car insurance, go to him. He is your guy. Thank you, Rob, for sponsoring this show.
How
old were you then?
I was 28. But this is my year. Follow this. So he was like, Da'Laine, I know you're not a bad kid, but I'm tired of saying the same thing, okay?
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to make you work release eligible. So I did about 3 weeks in the county. Then I went to Dauphin County work release.
Okay.
In work release is where I started. Bro2Go. Literally, I came out with my logo.
Really?
In work release.
In work release.
In work
So
release.
what was like the light bulb moment that made you want to...
Seeing what other people
Okay.
didn't have. I'm like, God, people don't have home plans because they have no home to go to.
Mm-hmm.
They have no resources because there's no organizations that they can even tap into, you know? And I tell people all the time, Bro2Go wasn't designed for me.
Right.
It was designed for the people that I saw. Because at this time, my mom was still alive. So my mom's picking me up for grocery, for work,
Right.
all of that. My mom was still here.
Okay.
So I didn't have that. So I came up literally with my traffic light. That's the logo, Bro2Go. I'm like, this is what this is going to be. These are the services we're going to provide.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys in there, they're like, oh, you're jail talking. I'm like, oh, I've never been to jail.
Well, okay. So I don't know what that means. Okay.
Yeah.
What does jail talk mean?
Jail talk is when a lot of people say all these bright things and big things they're going to do when they get out.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to marry my lady. I'm going to bump that joint.
Okay.
And then they get out
Okay.
and they most likely do the opposite. So I'm like, well, I don't know what that means. So that's not me.
Right.
So I got out, never forget, June 29th,
Mm-hmm.
2017. I
Yeah.
was there from March to June. I got out, I'm like, yep, I know everything that I'm doing. And I literally got out, started Googling. I didn't know a thing about a nonprofit. I didn't know what a 501c3 even meant.
Right.
No clue. But I knew I wanted to make a difference. I knew that even with this setback, that God is going to give me a major comeback,
Mm-hmm.
a major one.
Yeah.
And at first, even, being incarcerated, you're embarrassed, right? It is that, oh my God, what are people going to say? All of that, people at work, what are they going to say? And I remember when I didn't even want to stay in this area because I'm like, God, how will people look at me for being incarcerated?
Yeah.
And my mom literally pushed me. She's like, when did you start caring about people?
Mm.
When did you start caring about people? And for me, it was an aha moment. It's like, I can let this push me forward or push me backwards.
Right.
But either way, I got to be pushed. So got out June 29, 2017. And here, catch this, I was sentenced to 90 days between Dauphin County Prison and work release. And here, when I came home, I only had 90 days until I would lose my mom. So my mom was picking me up 2-3 times a week. And here, the whole time, my mom has cancer and doesn't even know it.
Oh, wow.
In September, my mom got ill, came home from a trip, and she's laying on the couch. I'm like, okay, it's a flu. It's cold. Everyone gets sick.
Right.
And here, 2-3 days went by. It's like, oh, it's not the same. So she went to the hospital on a Sunday. Never forget it. One on a Sunday. They're like, oh, okay, we think you got pneumonia. Okay. That was Sunday.
So she went to the ER?
ER,
Okay.
osteopathic. That was Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
By Monday, it was like, well, Sunday they admitted her. Monday's like, oh, well, we see something else. We're going to run tests. Ran tests. Well, we think we see cancer. Tuesday, you have cancer. Wednesday is stage 4.
No.
Stage 4. And
what type of cancer?
I forget. I can't say them. My brother, my twin knows it like that.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally my whole life, mind you, I'm just coming home. And mind you, 90 days is nothing. But when you ain't never,
Right.
baby, that's something, okay?
That's a lot.
It is. So here I am.
Within 4 days, you have to wrap your mind around, okay,
Yes,
okay, you may have pneumonia too. Okay, you have stage 4 cancer.
Right.
That's
Right.
a lot to take in.
It's a lot. And here, my mom just got brand new house in Lingostown. Beautiful house. It wasn't quite like this, but it was almost there. And my little brother's 15.
Yeah.
She's taking care of my older uncle who's handicapped. And my little sister just had a baby. The baby's 4 months. And my mom's been raising the baby as my sister goes back and forth to school.
Yeah.
So here my mom is sick. I'm like, God, you got to be kidding me, right?
That's like,
She'll get through this because there's no way you're going to take her from us
mm-hmm.
in this time. Well, September 27th, my mom will pass away. I watched my mom.
Well, what month did she go
September.
In September?
September. She
For
went
the
in
same month?
September 9th, she went in the hospital. By September 18th, September 27th, she was gone. 18 days, my mom was gone.
So how do you wrap your mind around that? Because you were only, how old?
28.
You were 28. Okay. So you're 28 years old.
Right.
And you were going through trying to figure out who you were.
Yeah.
Right. Serving time, Bro2Go. You started that, not knowing even what a nonprofit was.
Right.
And then your mom's taking care of you.
Right.
She gets sick.
Right.
She's in the hospital. And then 9 days later,
Right.
she passes away.
Just like that.
Da'Laine, how did you deal with that?
It's crazy. As I look back, I don't even know how. I don't. I watch literally. You imagine seeing your parent on the couch, and you always have, I was already going to come home, but my mom never came home. Never came home, and it was literally one of those things where I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get through this? Like, I have a little brother that's 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He's in high school, you know. But what am I going to do? But I'll never forget the day my mom was going in. They trying to get the thing shaped for her head for chemo.
Yeah.
And my mom was like fighting, and they put her in the thing. She's wiggling back and forth. Like, she didn't want to do it. And I remember the guy in the radiation place, he's like, well, the only way you can go in is if, you sign this waiver, because you go in with the radiation, you may not have kids. I said, well, I'm not having kids either. Anyway, okay. So I'm going in. I'll never forget Miss Erica. I held my mom's hand, and my mom gave me this look, like, don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. And I just said, oh, stop. And I called my siblings, I called my family members, and I told my son, I'm not making her do this. My mom doesn't want to do this. It was a look that I will carry with me my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it gave me your mom. There's a look that you can give your kids, and they know.
They know.
You ain't got to say nothing.
Right.
It's one of those looks, but it wasn't a look like I was in trouble. It was a look like, I need you to understand.
She didn't want to go through it.
Right. That was literally Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We met with the doctors, me and my siblings, that night for hospice care. My brother stayed at the hospital. By 2 a.m, my brother called me. He said, you got to get to the hospital. Time I got there, my mom was gone. Yeah. But I knew it was a look she gave me. So here I am, still trusting God.
Yeah.
Still trusting God, because at this point, trying to understand anything else will make me go just crazy. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, God, this is part of the journey, because I was away for 90 days. So those are 90 days less that I have with my mom that year. Mm-hmm. To only come home for a few months. And here God said, you thought that was the test. Yeah. You don't even know what you're about to go through.
Right.
And literally, Miss Erica, a month before, I had a dream. Kid, this is no imagination, no lie. I had a dream that it was 5, 6 limos in front of our house. Now, my grandma, she was older, lost my name a couple years after my mom, but she was like, in her 80s. Yeah, she is 90. So that was more, okay.
She lived a good life.
Like, this is for Renee. She's already talked about her funeral. Okay. She was. So I was like, okay, this is for her. Yeah. It is what it is. But I had it, saw the limos. I'm like, the day of my mom's funeral, I'm in my mom's bedroom getting dressed. I look out. What do I see? the dream that I had just a month ago, the same exact way. I kid you not.
Wow.
To this day, it still chills up my spine because
Yeah.
I saw it. So here, God was preparing me. And what I thought was a test, I thought 90 days in prison, that's nothing. You lose a parent,
Yeah.
okay? When your life was falling apart, and now you got to build it back up, okay?
Hey, I'm hoping you're enjoying this episode of Coffee with E. I had to take 30 seconds to share with you one of our sponsors for this episode, Top Construction. They are a premier construction company located in Central PA. So if you live in Dauphin, Cumberland, Lancaster, and Lebanon counties, you want to check them out. Not only are they reliable, they are reasonable, and they get the job done. Now, let's go back to the episode.
But that was all 1 year.
Yeah. So how did you, okay, so for the child, right, or the young adults
Right.
that lost their parent, whether it was through cancer or through some other way, like how did you get through that? Like what did you do? Because
I
it would
worked.
have been easy.
I worked.
So you worked your way through the group.
I worked. My mom passed on September 27th. My mom had service fit for a queen. And I mean like a queen. Glass carriage, white horses, all of that.
Yeah.
We buried my mom October 7th. I had my second Bro2Go meeting on October 11th. And a lot of people told me, like, you need, to take a pause. I said, no, I can't. Literally, my board is meeting in my dining room. My house looks like a flower shop.
Yeah.
Plants and flowers from the funeral all over.
Right.
Literally, people are like, oh, you need a pause. I said, no, this is how I'm going to get through this. And I literally worked with no excuse.
Right.
With no excuse. I got to turn my pain into purpose, okay? Because I've seen people become alcoholics. I've seen people get on drugs. I've seen people go this way, that way, trying to figure it out, so I got to work. And in my working, I found out who Da'Laine was.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because I'm the person, even for my federal job, back then, hated going to work. Leave on the books? Me. Look, if I have 4 hours, I had to burn it. Now I have like over 500 hours. I go to work every day. I lead a whole labor union of 2,300 federal employees. The Da'Laine back then to the Da'Laine now, I'm so damn proud of who Da'Laine is, because I didn't think I would be where I'm at today. I didn't. And I just think if I would have gave up, if I would have listened to the naysayers, how many people allow family members, mind you, Miss Erica, I had family members tell me, even Bro2Go, well, why would he start an organization like that when there's this organization, there's that organization, but it's not me.
Right.
It's not my vision. It's not my dream. It's not what I believe a reentry organization could look like.
Yeah.
But if I would have listened to the naysayers, where would I be?
Right. Right. Yeah, and I think that speaks volumes to who you are, right? Because, okay, here you are. So many people make excuses for not doing.
And that was me. I was the biggest procrastinator.
Yeah.
Biggest procrastinator. And even with Bro2Go, I remember working on all of these things. My mom told me, she's like, just remember this, you're not going to be able to help everybody. And even on days when people have come into my program and I've lost them to overdose, they went back to jail, and I feel sometimes defeated. I remember my mom telling me, you can't help everyone. But again, I didn't give up.
Yeah.
And that's my message anyway. People say, well, how do you do it? You don't give up. You have good days, you have bad days. We look in a world today where everyone's saying, mental health. And I believe in mental health. It's so real. You got to take time for you. But on my way here, I was thinking this. I don't believe there's a method to really succeeding. You just have to do it in your own way. You do.
Right.
Now, is everyone built like me? Will everyone have a story like me? No. And I don't wish it on anyone to have a story like me, because the worst thing that could have happened to me in my life was losing my mom.
Right. Right.
It is. It is the worst thing. But then there's the thing of, if my mom was here, would I be where I'm at today? No. I wouldn't be. And some people are like, oh, you can't say that.
She might be an enabler to which you possibly should be, or why?
No, I would have been an enabler. I would have been. I'm a homeowner. My parents weren't even homeowners. Okay? So, mind you, I'm breaking generational curses and things that weren't done before. You know, my parents, they weren't in the community such as me. I'm probably the first in my family.
Right.
So
yeah, you are a person to know in the community.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because guess what? I want to be Da'Laine. And even in my struggle, what is my struggle? Is the world, especially our community, right? The Black and brown community, telling you you can't serve God, you can't preach to people if you're gay. That could have set me back.
Yeah.
And my biggest fear was my sexuality setting me back from leading employees to leading a reentry organization. If I'm open about this, who's going to deal with that? You know, people think gay and they think the RuPaul's and all of that, but you have people that are elite that want to be a business and be intentional about that.
And make a difference.
And now, do I wave a flag? No, but am I comfortable who I am? Yes, because I am making a way for another young man that is in school right now that, you know, his parents are saying, you know, you can't be gay, you got to be this. I want someone to look at me and say, because I know he did it, I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about that then. When you, like, how did you share that with your parents? So to the person that's struggling.
My mom always knew. So really my mom and my family.
I can ask. I can ask you.
It wasn't my mom or my family. It was more me so caring about the community and the world, because I knew, now I always knew that I was special. Okay. I knew that God has something for me. And I always thought it's going to be ministry, right? Because I love God. I love the word. I thought, oh, yep, I'm going to be, you know, the next Jamal Bryant, you know, that's going to be my thing. And here, it's funny how you could think that the way you're going to be known, your biggest purpose is not going to be what you think it is.
No.
Here, mine was serving time. And I tell people, God didn't put me there, but God taught me while I was there. Okay? How many times have we missed the message through the journey?
Yeah.
I had a lot of people, you know, oh, you know, I'm in this, but what did you learn from it? What did you learn? Every day, it's my goal to learn. Because guess what, Miss Erica? Today will never happen.
Right.
So what did I learn from today to better my tomorrow? What did I learn to now push back to my staff, to my family? Because I tell people, especially my family, like my mom was going, pretty much I had one grandparent left, my grandmom. And I see it even with her, you know, we're getting older. So I'm like, you know, I am the crown in my family, hence the crown. I'm the crown in my family. And they're like, now you have to, like, my siblings, they were like, oh, no, you're not. But I believe if they could be truthful with their self, they would say, yeah, it's Da'Laine. Because I believe in, I believe in being a leader. And we always hear the phrase, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? But my message on that is, how many people's head can't even wear the crown? How many people can't?
Right.
Everybody.
People that try to wear your crown.
Right. And I say this, especially for today's world. You look at YouTubers and people on social media, socialites, right? Everybody wants it like that. But how many people want to work for it?
Right.
How many people want to work for it? And I always say, everybody wants the blessing, but nobody wants the struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, they always see what you look like in the clouds.
But they don't know the story. You know, I always tell people, you see the glory, but you don't even know the story.
Right.
The nights I was ready to give up, the nights I've cried, the nights I've struggled. Now, trust me, even through losing my mom, it took me a long time. My first year was like a dream, okay? Okay, it was Christmas. Mother's, my mom and her boyfriend, they would go out of town to different places, you know. So even on the holiday, it wouldn't feel like nothing. That was year one. Now, Miss Erica, year two, it was like, this is real.
Yeah.
This is real. And it took for me to get through that part to say, this is going to be a part of the journey. It's a part of the journey. One year, here I tell people, and this is my message to anyone and everyone, don't rush life. My little brother will always say, don't rush life.
It's to say this.
Don't rush.
Because everyone thinks that they have to have it all together by a certain age, or, you know, they didn't succeed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So please expound on that, please.
Don't rush life. Prime example.
Yes.
I'm 36. In 4 years, I'm going to have a birthday party, right?
Okay.
And I know I'm going to have a big party. I'll be 40,
Yes.
right? But am I in a rush to get there? No. Because in 4 years, who will I lose? What will I suffer through? But so many people just speak. I hear a lot of young people, I can't wait till I turn 18.
Mm-hmm.
I bet my little brother said the same thing. But he never imagined when he was getting dressed for prom that mom wouldn't be there. Or when he was putting on his cap and gown and we were at the farm show for his graduation, that he would see posters of Mommy Loves You, but his mom wasn't there. Don't be in a rush to get there, because you will get there eventually. But don't rush life. Because here I always had not a rush, but more of an anticipation to get there.
Yeah.
And here I never knew that when I got there, that my mom wouldn't be there.
Right.
Don't rush life, because you will get there. As I said in the beginning, my grandma, she turned 79 last week. My grandma's been out the hospital probably 3-4 times this year. Will my grandma be here when I turn 40? I don't know. I know she doesn't want to be here if she can't be in good health. So would I want her to be here? No. So I don't want to rush it, because you want to cherish it.
Yeah.
You want to cherish it. You want to treasure it. You want to value it, because time is just like that. It's in the blink of an eye. It'll all be over. So I try to be intentional about letting it flow, because I don't want to rush it.
That's so great. Big thank you to Sugaring NYC Harrisburg for sponsoring this episode. It's because of them we're able to bring this great content to you. Are you searching for a fabulous place that does lashes and eyebrows that slay, or hair removal that just makes you feel so great? You want to check them out. Now back to our show. Okay, so just like I thought, you want to come and tell an impactful story.
Yeah.
So is it impactful? It is. It's really good. I think yes. I believe that why it's impactful? Because you at a young age, you actually took on the armor of living in your purpose in spite of what other people would say to you, right? The naysayers. So, and a lot of people, they don't do that. They struggle with, okay, at that young age, really figuring out who their true identity is, right, and what they stand for and who they truly are.
Right.
It's not about your title or your position. It's like, who is Da'Laine Simpson?
Because that'll all be over.
That'll all be over. So it's all said and done. So for you to figure it out so early, that's just like, that gives me goosebumps.
You think it's early? So this is the funny thing.
Yeah.
I think I was late.
See, no.
I do. But you know what gets me, what keeps me going is I never think I'm there, right? So a lot of people they ask me like, how did you get here? How did you do it? I'm like, well, where did I get to?
Yeah.
And it's what I reflect on what Maya Angelou told Oprah. Oprah said that when she built her girls' school in Africa, it's the biggest thing. She said, Maya, this is the biggest thing. This is my legacy.
Yeah.
How do you know what your legacy is?
Fair.
Maya Angelou said, well, you're not even done living. I'm not even done living. So in 2025, people know me as the union president, as the Bro2Go guy, but 10 years from now, it could be a whole different world.
Right.
Who knows, because I don't know, but I do know that the journey in the storm, I'm just glad I made it through, because I think there's so many people who haven't made it through. They lose a parent, they lose a spouse, they lose, their mind, and they never get back.
Right. When they lose that certified one, they never get back.
They never get
back on the horse. Yeah.
They never get back. And I thank God that I was raised to have faith. We're looking in a world today where, everything is teaching you, oh, wow, you can't see God. You can't look. You better believe in something. Okay? You got people going to the left, to the right. You better believe in something.
You have to.
And I tell people, I don't care if you believe in a monkey or elephant. You better believe in something. Because when you don't have faith in anything else, when you're not able to pray, it is a great relief to me at the end of the day to get on my knees and pray. I watch my name up till she's about 89 years old.
Yeah.
Get on her knees at the altar of church and pray. And was she just praying for her? No, but she was praying for her family. And I'm intentional about having a relationship with God, about praying, about taking time for me. And you taught me this. So you taught me about going on Do Not Disturb.
Yes.
And there's a message with that, right?
Yes.
How many times do we just keep going and going and going and going and going?
Never shutting off.
But we don't go on Do Not Disturb. I have made it my life's work in the past 10 years to pour into other people. But guess what I forgot to do?
Pour into yourself.
Pour into myself. I forgot to somewhere make Da'Laine a priority. Sure, I have a great husband. Not Freddie, great husband. I have a great family. I have great organizations, but what am I doing for Da'Laine? And we miss that. So as of today, I start my first set of piano lessons.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to learn to play. Yeah, because last week I'm literally sitting at my desk and I had an aha moment. Like, okay, I won right after I won my election.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I did this, but what am I doing for me? What am I doing for me? I'm doing all of these different things, but what am I doing for me?
Yeah.
And you told me about putting my phone on Do Not Disturb at 7 p.m. And a lot of people say, oh, that's early. I said, no, it's not. Because you know what it gives me time to do? Now, mind you, it's not that I can't check my phone.
That's right.
But I'm not being alerted to check my phone.
That's exactly right.
So I'm able to finish up emails. If I want to read, if I want to watch something on TV, I can, and my phone's not going off.
That's right.
Because guess what? I'm on Do Not Disturb. That's my message to a lot of people. Go on Do Not Disturb. There's no problem with going on Do Not Disturb. Because if you can't take time to not be disturbed, you can't take time for anything else.
Yeah, and to take that even further, the ambitious people, they think you have to grind 24/7, right? So, but high performers, if you think about it, high performers, they know how to take a break.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I have become so intentional about that. So before I laugh at myself sometimes. I have a planner and I'm looking like, God, when did I become this person?
Yeah.
I told Freddie, like, from just 5 years ago to now, I'm on this schedule. I'm on this 6:45, 7 o'clock, the latest, rise time. Yes, rise time. I'm on since I moved into my new house.
Yeah.
From the best realtor. I'm on this thing now where I take time for me in the morning. I take 60 minutes of me, right? Where I watch the Today Show. I love Craig Melvin, okay? Shout out to the Today Show. I love Today Show.
Oh, God.
I watch it every morning. I drink my coffee. Before I moved, I was in this rush, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I got to get to Dunkin' by 7:30. I got to do all of these things.
Dunkin' is your favorite coffee place?
It is.
Oh, God.
It is. I love Dunkin'.
Da'Laine, I'm just not feeling Dunkin'.
You like Starbucks?
Oh, honey, yeah.
No, it's Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. I should get paid for that. America runs on Dunkin'. But here I was in such a rush, right? And now, let me tell you, there is a different feeling when you are a homeowner. And I'm not even just saying that because it's you, but there's a different feeling because now I'm not in a rush to leave my house.
Right.
I take my time, I'm so intentional about being organized for my day.
Yeah.
Okay. Taking time for me. And you're absolutely right. High performers aren't, they look good.
And that's why they're high performers.
That's right. Yeah. But taking time for you.
Yeah.
I take time to work out at least, I want to say twice a week, but every Sunday.
I love that.
At least I go to Bing Bing Fitness. Bishop
look at you.
Bing Bing Fitness.
Calling out all kinds of business.
But I've been going for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Every Sunday for 10 years.
Wow.
10 years. Because I also believe in healthy living, right?
Yeah.
So what does that mean? For the Black and Brown community, we fail to healthy live, okay? We see people, this is funny. My old pastor preached about this, that Black people will go to a funeral, we'll bury someone from a heart attack or diabetes, and then right after that, we'll be eating all the foods that gives you a heart attack and diabetes. We eating fried chicken, we eating collard greens. Now, collard greens are good, but ain't no one tell you put that ham hock in it, okay? We eat baked macaroni. All of these, it's true though, right? All of these things.
Yeah.
So, but again, high performers, they watch what they drink, right? I lost my granddad at 58 of a massive heart attack.
Oh, wow.
In 2002. Back then, I was 13. Thought that was old. But Miss Erica, today you look at today's world, you're like, I'm like 58, like my pops was young.
Yeah, very young.
Very young. But what is different from then to now? How we eat, how we take care of ourselves, drinking more water, going to the grocery store, not buying snacks, because if it ain't at home, you can't eat it. Now, do I have my weaknesses?
Right.
Last night, I indulged in
You're
3
loud.
scoops of cookies and cream,
You're allowed.
you know, but I'm like, there's sometimes I gotta tell myself, I'm Da'Laine Simpson. I deserve this cookies and cream.
Not on Da'Laine Simpson.
Yeah. But
Then those toast stone creamy. So
oh, okay.
I did,
Okay.
yeah. So I indulge too.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty simple. I like my Turkey Hill brand, you know.
Oh, genius.
Yeah, I'm basic. You know, I'm gonna walk.
You are not. There's nothing about you that is basic.
Let me tell you, I think I am anyway.
Stop.
People like, I like people like, Da'Laine, you're bougie. I'm like, I'm not bougie.
You are.
I'm like, do I want more?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I want to show people that we can have more and that it doesn't take for the rah-rah, you know, to make it? No, you can be you, and you can be a leader. And that's my biggest message to anyone.
Yeah. No, that is really good. So I need for you to brag on yourself a little bit more about Bro2Go.
Okay.
So the purpose of it, how much money you have been raising, right? And the impact that you have made in the community. Can you please share that? Because that's important. I do not want you to leave this seat until you share.
Absolutely.
Because we may be able to help somebody.
Oh, and that's always the message.
Yeah.
So Bro2Go, we turned 8 years old this year. September 9th is our anniversary.
Yeah.
8 years. God. You imagine, I started Bro2Go the same month I lost my mom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Same month, same year. I lost my mom. But here we are, Bro2Go. We have 2 offices, one in Harrisburg, 1821 Fulton Street, and one in York, 101 South Queen Street, open 5 days a week, providing services to ex-offenders coming out of county, state, and federal prison. Our goal is that when a person walks out from being incarcerated, they can walk into Bro2Go and they can receive their vital documents. They need their ID, their driver's license, their birth certificate. They need help looking for a job because it's a different world, right?
Right.
We're not going even into your McDonald's with a paper application. It is a tech world. So we have to teach today's world how to be technical, okay? How to apply for jobs, okay? You can even do court on Zoom. So in our office, we have a computer lab in both spaces where people can log on and do their court hearings on Zoom, where we're teaching them about how to remote work, you know, because it's a different world. It is a different world. And a lot of people, it's not their background that holds them back, it's their skill set that holds them back.
Okay.
So it is our biggest intent to teach them how this new world looks, because people will fail if they don't have anyone training them and showing them. So
the criteria
for
is it anyone that's just ex-offender, or do
so they had to come out of jail, and say they don't come right to us, it has to be within 6 months.
Okay.
And we had to do that to put some type of barrier, because if not, people come to me. One guy said, well, I got it on 2012. In 2018. And it took you to 2024 to get here? Okay. Now, brother, I done seen you walk past my office every day, okay? So we had to put some barriers on when you can come into the program. But other than that, yeah, we're going inside Dauphin County Prison twice a week, teaching life skills class. Teaching them that, okay, this is how you can make it. Because I believe a lot of times when we're not capturing them, and granted, they're already captured because they're in jail, but are we capturing their mental? Okay? To say, hey, this is what you can do to make it when you get out. And it has been successful to where we have people that are incarcerated. They get out. Yep, I was with Mr. Brent in Dauphin County Prison. I was with Miss Sonia in York County Prison, because Bro2Go is in both prisons.
Oh, okay.
Twice a week.
Okay.
For the males and the females. We serve females too.
Right.
And at the time, I was going to make another organization called Sis2Go, but there was no reason, because the name Bro2Go has become so rich.
Yeah.
To now try to make anything else for being
right.
So we're rich within just Bro2Go. And going inside the prison, offering those services. And then once they complete 6 groups in prison, they get a certificate of completion. They could use for court to show that they have been in some type of class, and even on the outside. So every month at both offices, we hold a class. We give lunch after. We're picking up the folks from work release. They're coming to the office, and we're giving people hope.
Okay. Just in case you don't know, these episodes are brought to you and funded majority from my real estate team, the Erica Rawls team. So thank you for continuing to support this channel. And if you're looking to sponsor in any way, one of the best gifts you can give us is a referral. So if you know anyone that's looking to buy or to sell, reach out to us. We are here to help. So then what is the percentage of the people that after they go through this program, they're getting jobs and they'll be able to get back on their feet? Do you have that?
So for last year, our numbers, we had at least about 62%, which is good, that did not go back to prison.
Yeah.
That did not have an arrest record, and they got a job. And it's not just a job, Ms. Erica, it was a career.
Right.
Because, no slight on younger people, but when I was 14, I was getting a job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But once I turned 18, I got a career. I started working for the federal government. People in today's world, they don't need a job. They need a career. What is a career? A career is having leave to take your family on vacation, on medical benefits, dental benefits.
Yeah.
That's what a career is. Something that is self-sustaining and long-sustaining. There's a difference. So many ex-offenders are taught that, oh, just go and get a job. But when you're not getting paid enough in that job, what do? You go back to what you know.
Right.
So I'm teaching my staff that we're not looking for jobs. We're looking for careers. So companies know.
Da'Laine?
Oh, yeah, companies know.
Yeah.
When Bro2Go is calling, I'm not calling because this person did everything right. I'm pretty much calling because they did everything wrong, but they need a chance. And people say, oh, you're a second chance program. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm a chance. Because guess what? If you're like me, you're on that third, fourth chance. But it could be that one chance where you get it right. We limit ourselves when we say the word two. So second, you imagine if God treated you like second, right? Well, God said, well, I gave you this before. This is your third time. I can't do it. No, we have to give people hope. We have to give people belief that, guess what? There can be a better day.
Yeah. Da'Laine, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you just, no, seriously, that was very inspirational. Very inspirational. I'm sure people in the community are going to appreciate this. And you sat down in my seat.
I know.
You handled me with ease.
I told you how to get all dipped and pretty this morning to get up here. But
yeah,
I'm intentional about my story and my message.
yes.
And I'm intentional about who I let interview me too, right? Because the message that you're giving to a person, you want it to be perceived in the right way.
Yeah.
And everybody won't perceive it the right way.
Right.
They won't. You know,
True.
when you just have anyone, you look at a lot of celebrities where they're like, they don't let everyone interview them. But if Oprah Winfrey interviews you,
Right.
that's it.
Right. Right.
That's it. If Oprah Winfrey interviews you, that's it.
Everybody,
And I feel like
what I gotta do?
you are our Oprah Winfrey, okay? You are.
Okay.
Let me tell you, it's a pleasure for me.
Thank
Because
you.
not only even knowing you, not even a whole year,
Right.
but to be able to connect. And I always tell people, energy matches energy. There are people that are in my closest circle, that are my friends, that have only been my friend for about 2 or 3 years. And you would have thought we've known each other forever.
Yeah.
Because energy matches energy.
That's so true. That's so true. Yes. And we were both born in March.
No, I was born in February.
No.
February.
No.
27th.
Oh, the day before Jesse's, my husband.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what it was. I knew it was something.
Because you're a Pisces though too, right?
Yes. Yes.
Pisces, okay. Even though when people ask me before, like, oh, you're a Pisces, like, no, I'm Baptist. You know, I don't.
You said no, I'm bad.
I'm Baptist.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I don't believe in all that.
I'm into all that. So,
Good.
yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate this.
No,
I really do. The opportunity. Great. This is a great coffee with thee. Y'all, if you agree, please share your thoughts in the comments. We would love to hear from you, to get to know you. And actually, if you have a question specific to something that Da'Laine said, I promise you we'll get back to him. I will be texting him and say, hey, you need to get out there because people have questions for you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until next time, see ya.